Welcome to the nightly vid. Let's dive in. What we're going to see is one thing, just to mention live data agreements. If you have the scanner, make sure you fill those out. And most of you guys fall under non-professional. Shouldn't take you more than like 3 minutes. That being said, though, let's take a look. You're going to see about half the SPY was going down today and almost half the Qs, about 40% up, 40% down. And going into tomorrow, not a lot of 2 up in reds, maybe some materials 2 up in reds, some real estates for sure. They're pretty weak today. Some financials. But besides that, a lot of things are still green. So it's a little bit conflicted to start the week. You go to open up trading view here. What you're going to see is this. I apologize if you hear my phone here. But SPY, you're going to see inside week still. So high getting out of that. Use inside week still a little closer to a 2 down. Dow Jones really inside. How you getting out of that? IBM inside as well. So how are we getting out of these inside weeks, right? That being said, we'll have a lot of inside days as well that we saw show up today. So you see current candle 1, about 200 inside days. So we'll sort this highest ATR to lowest. So we'll take a look at who we got in here today. Start with Spotify. So Spotify, very green on the month this month. Inside day. If we look left, you'll see some slight higher highs followed by the inside day. We're nowhere near coming back through this range. Still an inside week. NEGG. So a pretty high volatility name here. Inside day. That's something we're interested in. Let's get our nightly vid here. Get Newegg in there. VRTX. See, still an inside week. Meh. DE. Inside day. And this is from the bottom of the broad information on the gappers. CRCL, double inside day in the high ATR names. Tesla's inside day, and for the pattern traders, right, we got the broad information here. We got the pennant. We'll see who wins out. Now, thing is, we have this broad information. However, the daily broad information in here now. So if the market does firm up, pivot, machine gun, all these guys. So do like that. Our next to it, see what we get tomorrow. Oracle, also inside day in the technologies, and you'll see I'm still chopping them up a bit this month. Daily broad information did grow. So you got this to work with here. So maybe they're able to get through there. We'll see. It's going to be inside week that whole time and inside month. So more likely to rev strat. AMAT took the week rev strat down last month to the month down inside day. So it's going to be gappers as well. All right. Sorry about that. Just formatting this here. Let's see. Snow. Snow, it is 2 down month. Could become the 2 week inside day to trigger the week. Something like this. They do have earnings coming up, so I'm just going to shy away for now. We do have some stuff to talk about with earnings. GE inside day. Still mother bar on the day here. Then we'll get into some of the ETFs. So semis, you'll see top of the range up in here inside day, which includes your tech. See tech is also inside day, which gives it at least some focus tomorrow in the tech and semis to see what they want to do. Qs did not. Nice little Dell inside day, which also could become the PMG to the downside. I really like that. Google. Interesting. BM will be an inside day. We're starting to get a lot of home builders on the list here. Dollar General inside day to trigger the weekly, which is interesting. We have this nice big daily broadening formation here. Back through a previous range to the downside. Put a star next to it. I like it. I need to get into a lot of the nobodies here. Gold miners inside. That's really about it. Not much else to talk about that we're seeing. So, got our inside days for now. There's the utilities also inside, which has been at least a little bit more interesting. They could change into full time frame continuity down. Same with the staples, not full time frame continuity, but it could turn into the day and weekly. See the broadening formation here. There's some interest there. We'll see on the 2 up in reds. So 2 up in red, we got 96 names. Top of the list is Reddit. That's interesting. So if we do see tech go inside bar down tomorrow, could be Reddit. Could really take them out, which would be pretty fun. CoreWeave, looks like they're still not having the best of times in here. A pretty nice rally, and then 2-2 reversal, down they went. So they had some pretty poor earnings. However, that's still a good longer term stock name. Maybe they want to get all-time lows first and then try and go back up like Palantir did, but we'll see. We had PNW, so now we're to it. So on the gappers, PNW will be gapping up tomorrow night. This was one we actually alerted on last week off the 3-2-2 week prior to earnings. So we'll see what they can do. You're going to see they look something like this. Opening 184. And what we'd like to see is the broadening formation pre-market. See if they can't keep going, because you got a big broadening formation PNW. They're a pretty solid company, at least as far as the peeps are saying on the socials. All right, Amgen. This could be a really nice PMG to the downside. And that's going to be paired with XLV, which could go 2-2 reversal, and you'll see this. Look left, right? Short-term exhaustion. So if they're going to bring them in, Amgen. You got a lot of healthcares on there. Potentially with 2-2s down tomorrow. LLY could also be on there. You could have a simultaneous breakdown in healthcares tomorrow with XLVs and XBI. You see the biotechs are going to look actually pretty clean off your broadening formations here. So tomorrow we'll see if that starts kicking in or not. A lot of that was from UNH. So it's going to be one for the books, watching that UNH, seeing what they want to do. Chicken noodle soup, Campbell's does have a PMG, however, they are inside month. CMG has a broadening formation in here, like so. So triangle up, maybe triangle back down in CMG. Gosh, you got a lot of fun pivot machine guns, AT&Ts in there. See right at the top of its broadening formation after the gap down buy. Maybe a PMG. This is good for small account guys, and this is the type of stuff. If you don't have more than $1,000, you want to be on things like this. Allows you to manage risk, but also still make pretty good money if you're right. So maybe AT&T and Verizon for now, they're pretty strong. Just, more with the utilities. If we see utilities start coming in tomorrow with full time frame continuity, which they could, AT&T could be moving with them. But that's about all we're seeing so far here. I missed a firm. So firm's another one that's could go potential outside week to the downside, triangle up, and then pivot machine gun down. A good few short setups that look pretty good for tomorrow if they start kicking them in. All right, let's look at the 2 down and green now and see what we got there. At 190 names, so more names on the 2 down and green. GO, use, Shopify, trying to go quick, so apologies for not explaining much here, but it's just late. On a positive note, 1 out at our first round of volleyball playoffs this week. Pretty nice. That's what I was doing before this. Gosh, a lot of nothing. Maybe Aflac. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scan 2 down day. I'm going to copy that and filter it with the month. Hammer or green. See if there's any, high flyers in here that are of interest. Maybe A-Lab, right? Pivot machine gun to the highs. They've been buying this one pretty hard. GH could also be one, just with full time frame continuity. Never heard of it. W, look at this beauty. You can see we marked out the levels of reclaim, and this was a long while ago in April. But man, this is what you're looking for. Hammer, level of reclaim. Boom, takes out almost all the pivot targets, you'll see the triangle looks like this as of now. Beautiful stuff. So it's like Shopify in there, maybe MP. They're going to give us the triangle out daily outside week. Q2 on a Tuesday. Maybe CRH. Q2 on a Tuesday, pivot machine gun. I think that covers it. We got more than enough to be watching tomorrow. But here is what you're going to be sitting with. Anything with a star. That's stuff I'm interested in and going to be focusing on tomorrow morning. And we just want to be prepared both ways. So market is lackluster this week, right? And how do we know it's lackluster? Well, one button. This is the beauty with the strat here. Go to the week. What's happening this week? Nothing, right? 20% up, 16% down. 20% up, 14% down. Now, where are they selling? Utilities, right? Obvious. As far as to start off the week, right? Utilities, energies, materials, selling them off. Financials except recovery, right? Then healthcare's tech, a little bit more buying. However, healthcare's could reverse tomorrow, and then staples rotating out. So we can say, right, tech firm. The rest, not so much. So it could be a weaker week this week. However, a lot of inside weeks. So we just don't want to get chopped up. We want to be careful of that. Stick on the gaps, long red and green bars. And that's what we're pointing out when we say things like full time from continuity. We got long green bars. We're looking for that, right? And then if you're looking for PMGs, we got PMGs, which can speed things up. So try and stick on that stuff, but we're going to call it here. Have a good rest of your nights. And I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning if you are in stat. And if you're not, check it out, stratalerts.ai. Adios.